What's up, man? You ready for a walk? Let's go. Guys, Dexter here, and of course, we got our boy Iroh over here kicking up a dust storm. Thanks for joining us on another walk by the beautiful river. Ah, and let's just get right into it because one thing that Iroh helps me with is just having a companion. And you know what that combats? It combats loneliness. So, guys, I want to talk about the loneliness epidemic. But first, let's start off with the talking point of loneliness defined. Let's define what loneliness is to kind of give us that background. So, loneliness is an unpleasant emotional response to perceived isolation. It's also described as a social pain, a psychological mechanism that motivates individuals to seek social connections. And also, it is associated with the perceived lack of connection and intimacy. So, first off, let's start off by discussing a Harvard study that I researched because research and education matters contrary to what the current administration thinks. So, people between 30 and 44 years old, they're actually the loneliest group. I'm part of that group, people. I'm 36 years old right now. And of that group that was surveyed, 29% felt lonely. Next up, 18 to 29-year-olds was 24% feeling lonely. After that is 45 to 64-year-olds with 20% feeling lonely. And last is those that are 65 and older at 10% loneliness. So here are some people that are the loneliness. Lower income earners, regardless of education level, they appear to be one of the loneliest groups. There are no real gender differences presenting in loneliness. And here are what the people that were surveyed, this is what they're saying are the leading causes of loneliness: technology, lack of time with family, being overworked, mental health strain, and being in an individualistic society. So, what can we do to become less lonely? Like, what are some of my thoughts around it? So, first and foremost, let's talk about, I think, the biggest thing in 2025, honestly, is just for you to put your damn phone down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down, get a hobby, and just get out. And as you see around me, grass, touch it. And I hate to kind of whittle it down to something that mundane and something so non politically correct, but sometimes you guys need to hear the straight. Sometimes you need to hear the real because sometimes people in your life probably aren't keeping it real. I don't have to do that. I'm just a guy with a dog that likes to take his dog out on walks all the time. I'm always walking. So I'm always thinking. And when we get out and we put that phone down, get off of TikTok, get off of Instagram, quit scrolling until your eyes fall out and your brain turns to mush. Because what you're doing is looking at stuff you don't have, people you'll never meet, and experiences that you might not ever experience unless you want to do it for yourself. Next, be intentional with your friendships. We have so many people out here nowadays that don't really care. They're very lackadaisical in their friendships. And here's the thing: you can act like you're playa fly all you want and not need nobody until you're 80 and you're by your freaking self. That's what can happen. But we all need somebody. And I'm an introverted guy. Trust me. I get the notion of never needing anybody and stuff like that and wanting to kind of be solo. I get it. I go through it a lot. But it is good to have a small circle of friends, a small circle that you can experience and go through life with. It's very important. You have people to lean on, people to ask for advice, people to do favors for you and for you to do favors for them. It's fun. So definitely having that friendship zone. And I know a lot of times people kind of go through life and they just get in the habit of doing everything on their own and not really thinking about other people. But here's the thing. If you think about one of your friends, just reach out. I'm going to tell you something. You're on your phone all the time anyway. You might be watching this on your phone or on your TV or on a tablet. If you think about someone that you haven't thought about, just send them a quick text message. Hey, just thinking about you. Hopefully you and the family are doing well. That simple. But half of you are not going to take that advice. My last tip is to just get up and go. One thing, if you're a single person, you live by yourself, you have opportunities to get out and go. Go for a walk with your dog. Having a dog is literally the biggest cheat code ever. Just go. Get out and go, experience life, and say, I'm not going to sit inside today. Do it. Holler.